Welcome to English Language and General Awareness. In this second session of Unit 1, I will explain you the meaning of phrasal verbs, its functions and properties. So let's get started. So what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are two or more words that come together to give us a new verb with different meaning from the original words. So two or more words add together to make a different meaning word. It is highly useful for informal conversation, but if we are not aware of the various phrasal terms or its meanings, we might face difficulties in understanding the informal English that is used in common day-to-day life or in businesses. So for fluent and natural conversation, understanding phrasal verbs is important and it helps a lot. Second thing is phrasal verbs are idiomatic. Idiomatic means that you cannot deduce the meaning or you cannot understand the meaning of a phrasal verb by interpreting each of the words it contains literally. For example, on thin ice. This is an phrasal verb which means sensitive scenario or person is in trouble. Like I am on thin ice, that is I am in trouble. But on thin ice won't give you the literal meaning that it means. Or for example, give a cold shoulder. Idiomatic means that it is not giving you the exact meaning. It means something else. Give a cold shoulder means it doesn't mean that you are feeling cold. It means act rudely. So phrasal verbs are idiomatic, that is you cannot reduce the literal you cannot reduce meaning from the literal words. Then phrasal verbs are verbs used with another word like an adverb which is quickly, softly. Like in last session I have explained you the meaning of all these things, or preposition in, for, to create a commonly used phrase. So phrasal verbs may be formed in these ways. Verb plus adverb is also a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb may be by combination of verb plus preposition. Then phrasal verb may be made by verb plus adverb plus prepositions. So it depends on the word that how you are making a phrasal verb or how you are using it. So we can understand those combinations with the help of a verb look. Here, look means to direct your eyes in a certain direction. You must look before you leap. So this is the use of this verb, that is, you must look, you must direct your eyes before you jump. In a phrasal verb, the meaning of look will change. Here, verb plus adverb, that is, look up. Search for and find information in a reference book. So you can look up the word in a dictionary. This is the meaning of phrasal verb look here. That is to find information. Verb plus preposition, that means look after or take care of. So here it means who is looking after the baby. That is who is taking care of the baby. Verb plus adverb plus preposition, that means look forward to or anticipate with pleasure. That is, I look forward to meeting you. That is, anticipate with pleasure. That is, assume with pleasure or looking forward to meet you. Few other examples to explain the concept of phrasal verb is to ask around. That means to ask many people the same question. So example would be, I will ask around to find out who wants to go to lunch. These words are used in common conversation. So if you are not aware of the meaning of these verbs, phrasal verbs, it would be problematic for you. To drop by, that is to visit briefly, to meet without making an appointment first. So drop by my office after the meeting so we can discuss this further. So drop by means to briefly visit a person. To figure out something, to find the answer, to understand. The solution isn't clear to me right now. I will figure it out and give you the answer later. So these are some of the phrasal verbs that you use in day-to-day language. Branch out. This is an Accounting phrasal verb, which means to diversify or expand. After 15 years as an accounting firm, we are going to branch out into tax consulting services. So this is the word use of phrasal verb. Why is it important to learn phrasal verbs? See, it is important to learn phrasal verbs because they are very common in English and because the meaning of a verb often changes significantly when it is used in a phrasal verb. Learning phrasal verbs will also help you to understand colleagues or business partners better in English. Native and advanced English speakers use them all the time. You might hear them at work and not really understand what they mean or how to use them. So that would be a problem for you. So in order to avoid it, you must learn the phrasal verbs. It helps to describe situations in business and life more accurately. One can better say and write what one really means. It helps to understand colleagues or business partners better in English. So what are the properties of phrasal verbs? First one is it has a different meaning from the original verb. We have to get the documents. This is the verb get. Men easily get over certain illnesses. This is the phrasal verb of get. So original verb get means to obtain something. When added with a particle, it means its meaning changes. Here get over means to recover from an illness. So get over here means to recover. Here get means to obtain. Then the other property is three-word phrasal verbs are inseparable. For example, we came up with. So this is three words, came up with. We came up with a better strategy for the upcoming project. To come up with means to propose something. Get rid of. Laughing can get rid of wrinkles. That is to eliminate. Get means to obtain, rid means to remove. So get rid of means eliminate. Some phrasal verbs are formed with two particles after verb. In addition, these types are inseparable. Other things to remember are that phrasal verbs are less appropriate in formal language. Phrasal verbs are used in same way as regular verbs in a sentence. In addition, we often use them in spoken English and in an informal setting. Thus, it is best to avoid using these verbs in formal writing because phrasal verbs may have varied meanings. This might lead to an ambiguous context. However, the context for formal writing has to be clear and concise. So, avoid using phrasal verbs and use more formal alternatives when writing a formal document or an academic essay. So that is all for this session. In the next session, I will be explaining you the various types of phrasal verbs and errors in using them. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye-bye.